In December of 2021, Takeoff, 1/3 of Migos, broke off from his bandmates to take money from the pockets of his fans. This video is a breakdown of the $10 million scam that Takeoff committed on his fans.
Apes in space, we're going to the moon, so don't miss it.
I just spent $100K sweeping the floor of the Apes in Space NFT project. They're going to the moon.
This is my baby, you know what I'm saying? This is my community. I'm here to the end. We're gonna ride it out.
Now, first up, I want to say that I am a huge fan of the Migos and Takeoff. From the very beginning, I've loved Migos, I love Takeoff. Takeoff on Fight Night absolutely kills it, and the way he screams Easter Pink in RIP, absolutely love it, as well as their newer stuff. This isn't to put down his music or his character, this is about the scam that involved prior to his passing, so please keep that in mind. Now, I found the exact moment that caused Takeoff to sell an NFT. It was this. Now, this NFT is from Rich the Kid, Rich Kids. This is the NFT project that launched a couple of months before Takeoff's Apes in Space. Now, the reason that this is very prominent is Rich the Kid and Takeoff did a song together, and what I think has happened is in the studio, when they've been making the music, when they've been vibing, Rich the Kid has said to Takeoff, hey, here's a way that you can make a bunch of money selling NFTs. So what I think has happened is this has been the crux, this has been the point of which Takeoff has gone, yes, let's do it. What I think, and this is all pure speculation, is a similar team that helped Rich the Kid would have also helped Takeoff, because Takeoff would have been like, yeah, let's do it. Then he would have been like, put me in touch with your guys. And then it would have rolled on and gone from there. And that's the moment that I think Takeoff actually conceived the idea of Apes in Space to then sell to his fans. Now, before we get into the website, which is crazy in itself, what I want to break down is the cost of it. What they were doing is they were selling 10,000 of these NFTs. 2,000 of them were being sold at 0.12 Ethereum each, and these were at around $530 a piece. Then there was going to be 8,000 sold at 1,320, which is absolutely crazy. This ended up netting them over $10 million overall for these. It did take a few days for it to sell out, and full disclosure, I did actually mint one myself when I got close to seller. I knew that it was going to run up, and I ended up making around $500 on the flip and that rise. So full disclosure, I did enter and exit this trade, so please keep that in mind. Now, I think the crucial thing here is with that $10 million, what were they going to give to the holders? And this is where the utility on the website comes into play. Now, looking at the roadmap, staking. Apes in Space holders will be able to stake their NFTs in exchange for a native token Takeoff, unique to the project, which will be used for a number of features. These utilities will be accessible through the use of the native token. Then there is land ownership in the metaverse, and the idea is that you will be part owner in parts of land, which was a gimmick at the time and a way for people to feel like they're getting value and holding in something that could appreciate later on, which is a very sketchy, slippery slope when it comes to securities. We've then got metaverse assets. Apes in Space project will create avatars and items to be integrated into the metaverse. It goes on to say, we aim to become the top IP in the metaverse and plan to have multiple integrations of this space over the next course of a few months. This is basically, this is nothing. This is empty promises. This is saying that they will give you IP, it will give you stuff, which is what the PFP is. It doesn't actually lead to anything. And then it goes on to say, one lucky Apes in Space holder will join Takeoff in real life space journey. So basically the project, they're gonna send someone to space. These are just very gimmicky, and then VIP events and then giveaways, things like that. So as you can see, $10 million for something that doesn't cost too much to deliver seems like a bit of a way to just raise money for those running the project, i.e. Takeoff and his team, and not actually going back into the holders and providing value. Now, yes, I understand that people that create NFT projects are there to make money, but it just doesn't seem like a good risk return ratio on the people that were buying into the project. Now, with the apes that were sold for that $500 to $1,300 mark, what are they selling for now? They're selling for around $15 Now these aren't completely dead. People are buying these. The sales are very kind of mixed together. There was one a day ago, 5 days ago, 18 days ago, months ago. But yes, people have been buying and selling them between $10 and $15. But it's just a fun little fact that these have dropped to virtually zero from their original sale price. Even the discounted price at $500, they're trading for $15. And from the $1,300 trading for around $15, that is just, it's like a 99% drop. It is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely chaotic. Anyone that has bought in and that has held is essentially sitting on a great loss. Now, one thing that I think is notable, and I'll give them credit for it, is their communication on our social media platforms, that being X, well, used to be Twitter, and Instagram. Well after the mint, there was communications, unlike other projects that we've seen from rappers and celebrities. The fact is they were still updating people in what they were doing, but they weren't really, it felt like it was a behind the scenes effort, because it didn't feel like there was much effort put in on the behalf of Takeoff. It feels like he got his cut, he got his sort of paycheck, and then he just bounced from there, because there isn't much more communication from him. What I will say though is Takeoff did end up posting a series of things afterwards on his social media accounts to talk about the NFT space as a whole, but not necessarily pumping the project himself, but he was involved. It didn't feel very organic. It felt very like he was being prompted to, like he was being obligated to do something, to pump something, to do something. It didn't seem like it come from a founder, which if you come back to the website, it says that he is the founder and the face of the project. So it doesn't feel very aligned on those fronts. Now, I think this is the perfect time to actually go in and show you what his wallet looked like, what he actually did with the money. With the money that Takeoff had and what came through, he ended up buying a series of very expensive NFTs for him to hold himself. Now, I do believe that this is his wallet, because when you have a look at these tweets and the apes and the sort of punks that he's bought and the actual corresponding wallet, the dates and the times actually do match up. So these are actually his assets. Now, I always find this a little bit off-putting when someone takes mint funds to then buy into other projects. It shows that they don't value their project or their NFT as high as others, because they're essentially taking liquid from their project and redeploying it into another project, into something else that they perceive to have higher value, that be that crypto punks, apes, things like that. So that is something I want to point out. But what I do like, and what I will give credit to Takeoff for, is the fact that he did stay involved within the NFT space. He was buying, and it looked like he was semi-trading in the space after all of this went down, because the wallet activity does stay active for months after the drop. It wasn't just a quick rip and a quick run out. Now, the reason that I say that the NFT project is a scam is because I can no longer find the Discord, and I can no longer see on the social media accounts the winners and those people that were promised the utility on the website. On the website, there are all of these different utilities, but there's no way to verify if those had actually gone about. Now, back in 2021, early 2022, there was a way for people to make some promises and then slowly say that they were going to deliver the promises and never deliver the promises and let it sort of fade away. And I think this is the case. I think that once the money came through, there was the intention to do it, but then they realized, why would we need to send someone into space? Why would we need to host these events? We've already got the money, nothing can go wrong, so we're not gonna do it. So the reason I'm calling this a scam is because there is no way to verify it, and on the social accounts, it hasn't kept up to date. The Discord isn't up to date. It seems like it has been a slow rug, and they've slowly pulled back on that front. So why did I decide to make this video? Why did I want to call out Takeoff and his team for what they've done and the amount of money that they ended up raising and taking from their fans? The idea here is I want to hold celebrities and those influencers accountable for raising money and not actually delivering on any particular promise. In the sad case of Takeoff, we lost him in 2022, so it's hard to say if any of these promises could have actually been fulfilled if he was still around. I don't think Takeoff, me personally, I don't think Takeoff was spearheading this. I don't think he was the be all and end all when it came to this project. I think there was a sophisticated network, a sophisticated team behind him that just put his face out there forward to actually sell out and take all the money. But I think you had the people that created the artwork, the smart contracts, the mods, all of the team behind it. I think they were the ones that actually pushed this forward and just said to him, hey, if you want to launch an NFT, we can give you a cool couple $1 million. And then they knew that they would make something off the back. He treated it as an influencer deal. So I don't believe that this was completely Takeoff's fault, but because his face is attached to it, his name and reputation will always be tarnished when it comes to NFTs and Web3 within that space. And like I said, I have the highest respect for Takeoff when it comes to his music and what he has produced. I want to create these videos so people, when things come back around, if NFTs ever come back with crypto, no matter what it is, celebrities and influencers are going to be held accountable, because I hope that one day, if funds can be tracked, they can be reversed back through to the accounts that do hold these NFTs. It is wishful thinking. I don't think it will ever come to fruition, but we have seen more and more, like the case against Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis with their NFT project, there have been fines that have been put in place. I don't think these will go back through the original holders, but there do need to be some accountability. There does need people calling out those bad actors in the space and those doing bad things to actually hold them accountable so that the general public and people can rally behind to actually protect themselves. Hopefully you found value in this video. If you did, go down there, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.